Hey, I'm Ron. This is Taste This, and thanks for checking out the Whiskey Mashup today. So today's competition is between E.H. Taylor Small Batch and Remus Repeal Reserve 5. So it's the 2022 Whiskey Bracket. Let's check it out. All right, well, thanks for checking out the Whiskey Mashup. Today we got Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch versus Remus Repeal Reserve 5. Why did I put these two together? I like them both, and they're both 100 proof, which seemed like a good enough reason to me. Now, to be fair, E.H. Taylor is kind of a low rye mash bill, and Remus is a high rye mash bill, so hopefully you'll find something that you can get out of this because I'm going to enjoy it. So, E.H. Taylor Small Batch. It's about 40 to 65 bucks in our area around Chicago. It's 100 proof bourbon, made by Buffalo Trace. And you know, Buffalo Trace is notoriously secretive about their mash bills. So your guess is as good as mine as to what's exactly in it. But it's made from mash bill number 1. It's a low rye mash bill, which is probably less than 10% rye. It's small batch, but in a lot of ways, each bottle is basically single barrel because unlike a lot of places where they take, 200 barrels, put them all together, and then out of that they make a mix. What they do at E.H. Taylor is they bottle them in line out of a barrel. So worst case scenario, you're going to have 2 different barrels of bourbon in this bottle, but most likely you're just going to have one. One thing that sets it apart, I'm not sure if this is a big deal or not, but it's the packaging. It looks cool. It really looks like it's really high-end stuff, but you can pick it up sometimes for 40 bucks. So this is kind of cool if you want to give as a gift. You want to give the bottle in the thing. That's bottled in bond. Means it's at least 4 years old. There's no age statement on it, so a lot of people think maybe 7 years, but it's a little lighter in color. I'm not sure you can make it out here, but it's a little lighter in color than the Remus, so it's probably younger. But that's it's good bourbon. Remus Repeal Reserve 5. It's 80 to 100 bucks around here. I bought some bottles for about 80. I bought some for 100. I'm happy paying that because it's fantastic bourbon. 100 proof. This batch was released September 9th, 2021. Now it's made by MGP, Midwest Grain Products, and they provide juice for so many great bourbons. They're one of the biggest juice providers out there. So Remus Repeal Reserve has consistently been one of my favorites, so the two of these against each other should be a good time. So let's start with E.H. Taylor. Let's see what we think of it. So you can kind of taste some corn in here. You can kind of taste some caramel, or smell some corn, smell some caramel, and then it is almost Thanksgiving. Maybe it's my imagination, but I think I can get some pumpkin spice, but this is no pumpkin spice latte. Okay, sorry for the bad joke. Let's give it a taste. So I taste some sweet in there, some caramel, maybe a hint of vanilla. I'm also getting some cinnamon on it. To me, and it's just me, but it does taste like it's got a little more of a rye to it, even though it's a low rye. But maybe that's because it's younger. I don't know. But then the finish, I can taste some vanilla in the finish, definitely. The thing is, it just doesn't linger long. I can taste that sweetness coming out. It's not overwhelmingly hot or alcohol tasting. And again, it's 100 proof. I think is right at the best spot for a bourbon. It's 100 proof. But it's good. It's very good. I would score it. I would score it like on the nose, maybe a 7, because it does smell good. The taste, again, probably a 7. And I'd give the finish maybe a 5 because it just doesn't hang around long. And 5's probably being a little bit generous. But let's move over to the Remus. I tell you, it just smells rich. gosh, I don't even know. You know, like when you get, and it doesn't have this per se, but when you've got a cake baking in the oven, it's just got that full smell. It's got some caramel, some maple syrup. You know, I think I can smell some leather in there. It's just fantastic stuff. And I've said this before, it tastes like or smells like dessert in a glass. The taste, I taste some vanilla, I taste chocolate, I can kind of get some toffee. Some of the oak, some of the wood from the barrel I kind of get in that. And the finish hangs around. It's got like a dried fruit kind of a finish, dried cherries, you know, those dried cherries that you taste, you can kind of get that in the finish, some cinnamon. It hangs around. It's got a nice lingering finish. So I really enjoy it. Maybe this wasn't fair because Remus is one of my favorites. That's why I started with it. I just love Remus. I would say, honestly, the taste, and again, these scores don't carry over, but if I'm going to go on the aroma, I'm going to say it's got an 8 for an aroma. I'm going to say it's got, again, maybe an 8 for the taste, and the finish, 8 again, maybe 8 or 9. So if I'm rating these against each other just based on score, I'm going to say that I'm going to say E.H. Taylor was a 7, 7, 5. So I'm going to give it a 19, and Remus 3/8 is going to give me 24. It's not to say that, you know, E.H. Taylor's bad, and that's why in this one's going to go on to a secondary bracket where the E.H. or the Remus is going to move forward. Remember, the scores don't carry on to the next pairing, maybe for a tiebreaker. Each contest is unique and on a different day, so that's why there's so many variables that come in. Maybe I ate something earlier, you know, maybe the tacos I had flavored this, I don't know. So we're going to give E.H. Taylor a second chance in our second chance tournament. Remus is going to be the clear winner. It's not a shock to me. Both are great bourbons, but Remus moves on, and E.H. Taylor get a second chance. So check in next week. I'll have a new pairing for the whiskey matchup, and we'll see what happens.